Okay, I promised you traditional chicken soup, and Tommy's here to do it. Okay, Tommy.
Just the way Nana Fall River did it.
All right, so what do we have to do first?
Well, first of all, you have to have chickens in your yard.
Yeah, oh, no, we go to the grocery store.
Right. Although my grandmother had chickens, and she'd take the one that wasn't laying eggs.
Yeah, an old chicken.
An old chicken. And she'd use the whole thing except the head, including the feet, the neck, all the parts of the chicken.
Because that really makes
terrific
soup. So we have our chicken feet, and you can get that in a good poultry shop.
Right.
Or if you didn't want to use the feet, you could just use the other parts, right?
Okay. And you could put some gelatin in too, because that's what the chicken feet do.
You want that gelatinous look to it.
I'm going to put these in the pot.
Okay.
And I'm adding chopped up celery, including the greens.
Okay.
And carrot in big chunks.
All right.
To the pot.
That sounds good. Now that's your pot. Do you mind if I just open my pot?
Go ahead.
After all, it is my kitchen. All right.
I have an onion that I've cut in half.
Yep.
And I've stuck it with cloves, so the cloves don't float around.
That's so Italian, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it?
To use the cloves.
And then I'm going to put a bouquet garni of peppercorns.
I guess we can move these now because we have enough. We have enough.
I don't need more than 2.
Okay, just 2. All right.
And a bay leaf.
Yeah.
And I tied it up in cheesecloth.
Yes.
And that's going to go in.
Right, so that you can fish out very easily at the end. You're so smart.
And then, then my fresh herbs.
Yeah, always fresh.
Which is parsley and thyme.
Okay.
And again, I'm just going to tie them
with a string.
Like that, yeah.
All right, good.
So I can fish them out.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I'm going to add cold water to cover.
Yeah. Now tell them why you're using cold water.
I don't know.
You're using.
Nana did.
Okay. Well, there is a scientific reason.
Is there? Oh, please tell me.
There really is a scientific reason for it. Because if you start with hot water, excuse me, you bring up all of the flavor from the raw vegetables immediately, and they don't have time really to cook through. If you use cold water, then those flavors are extracted slowly into the water.
Great to know.
See? Isn't it nice to have friends in the kitchen?
I'm going to bring this to a boil.
Okay.
And we'll pretend it's coming to a boil.
All right.
And this is an important part, Marianne.
Yes.
Now, see this beautiful sieve strainer?
Yes.
I bought this in Bologna, Italy many years ago.
I noticed.
And it's a double mesh. And as this comes to a boil, I let it boil for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Okay? And I skim off all the scum that rises to the top.
That's important.
And get rid of that.
Yeah.
And this is wonderful because it doesn't get rid of too much of the liquid.
Right.
Then after that scum has stopped rising, I lower the heat, cover it, put it on a back burner, and let it go for a couple of hours.
Very good.
The longer, the better.
The longer, the better. Excellent. Now you need something to strain.
I think we have a colander and a bowl under there.
All right.
Just take a whiff.
Oh, just like Grandma's house. Absolutely. Now, wait a minute, because I don't want to.
I don't want to splatter you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Careful, it's hot.
Go. All right. If you put a spoon in a pot when you're pouring liquids, it won't go splattering all over you. Now let me lift this a little bit because we don't want to go overboard. All right. It's going great. Go ahead. Keep going. So you're going to serve this as a clear broth.
Yes, right.
And then there are other things you can do with this.
Once you make this, you can make so many other recipes out of it. Now, this is very important. I want to get all this out of there.
Got it?
Okay, that's good enough.
Okay.
If I was home, I'd empty it all out, of course.
All right, so now.
And you press down on this a little bit.
Get all that, extract all those flavors.
All those wonderful flavors out.
Then?
Now, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator.
Okay.
If you would open the refrigerator door for me?
Yeah,
this is a little warm.
Okay, and you want to get this cold.
Yep.
All right.
Because while it's chilling, all that fat is going to congeal on the top, and then you can just scrape it right off.
Right.
So because we don't want too much fat in the
That's
soup.
another trick. That's very good.
Then what I do, Marianne, is I then put it back in a pan, boil it, reduce it by half. And then,
the flavor's really concentrated.
Really concentrates. And I can then pour it in ice cube trays.
Ooh, that's a good idea. And freeze it.
And have it in a bag so I have like a half a cup of chicken stock anytime I want because I add water to it. And it's wonderful.
And then you could use it for other things. Besides soup, you could use it for different sauces that you were making.
Exactly.
All right, now your soup is very elaborate and wonderful.
Yeah, and it takes all day to make it, frankly. So I wouldn't make it when I make it in a big
huge
stock
pot.
Yeah.